Welcome to New Jersey Patriot News, your source for Second Amendment news in New Jersey and around the nation. I'm your host, Matthew Bartkey. Today is Tuesday, February 13th, 2024. Representatives in New Jersey's Assembly reintroduced a bill that would make it illegal to transfer a firearm to an immediate family member without going through federal firearms license dealer first. Assembly Bill A3794 was introduced for the third time to the Assembly by Democratic State Representatives Benji Wimberly and Verlina Reynolds-Jackson. The proposed bill would make transfers in the immediate family not conducted through a licensed firearms dealer a crime of the fourth degree, punishable by 18 months in prison and a fine of up to $10,000. Currently, transfers to family members still require the recipient to have first obtained a New Jersey State Firearm Purchaser's ID card, and in the case of a handgun, a permit to purchase a handgun prior to the transfer, all of which are only issued following the passage of a background check. The bill's proposed amendment would force immediate family members to transfer the firearms to a chosen federally licensed dealer, who would then run another background check, which can take several days, as well as add the additional expenses of the cost of the check and the dealer service fees. Gun rights advocates warn that this bill would run afoul of both the Second Amendment as well as property rights for immediate family. The bill has not yet been referred to committee. A flurry of federal cases have been filed with the Supreme Court this week, challenging various so-called assault weapons bans and magazine capacity limits. Several cases from the Seventh Circuit Court, supported by the National Association for Gun Rights, Firearms Policy Coalition, Second Amendment Foundation, and others, as well as the emergency petition filed last week in the Fourth Circuit, all challenged the various states' prohibitions on commonly owned semi-automatic firearms and magazines, while also drawing attention to the flagrant disregard inferior courts have shown towards the Supreme Court's authority and precedent. Famed Second Amendment attorney and former U.S. Solicitor General Paul Clement is counsel for one such case, Barnett v. Raoul, and points out in his petition, quote, "When a federal appellate court reduces a recent and emphatic Supreme Court decision to a mere speed bump in reviving pre-Bruin case law and greenlights state laws passed more in protest than in compliance with this court's decisions, and emboldens others to do them one better in the aloha spirit," end quote. He further points out, quote, "The threat posed by the decision below is not limited to the Second Amendment. It extends to the rule of law. Disrespect for this court's decision is contagious. If Illinois' disrespect for Second Amendment and Bruin is not promptly enjoined, other jurisdictions will follow its lead. And if a federal appellate court can dismiss Supreme Court precedents as circular, not correct, or unempirical, then other courts will be emboldened to do the same," end quote. There is no set time frame for the Supreme Court to decide if they will hear a case. Louisiana is poised to consider a constitutional carry bill, with State Senator Blake Miguez pre-filing Senate Bill 1 ahead of the upcoming special session on February 19th called for by Governor Jeff Landry to address crime. In his proclamation, the governor names 24 items for the legislature to consider, including granting immunity from liability for people authorized to carry concealed handguns and authorizing the carry of concealed handguns without the need to first obtain a permit. The bill would allow law-abiding citizens who would otherwise be eligible to obtain a permit to carry without the burden of first obtaining a permit. It does not change who is eligible to obtain a carry permit nor impact the existing permitting system. Both Louisiana and South Carolina are poised to become the next states to adopt permitless carry, which, if both states adopt their respective measures, would bring the total number of states to 29. This is New Jersey Patriot News, your source for Second Amendment news in New Jersey and around the nation. I'm Matthew Bartkey. Thanks for listening.